Breaking news. The popular YouTuber and anime philanthropist Nonchalant Saitama is on the run. He's been accused of making too many banger videos.
Nonchalant, huh? We'll see about that.
10 sleeper anime that you've never heard of. Probably. Yo, 'tis a new year. As of today, it is January 21st. Know what that means? It's almost a month for all of the new anime fans. And if you are new to watching anime, or you just haven't watched enough anime yet, or you just want to watch more anime, you're at the right place. One of the hardest things about everyone's anime journey is finding their next anime to watch. Their next binge show, if it has multiple seasons. But that's a topic for another day. And for my veteran anime watch, this is a sign for you to go rewatch any of these shows on this list. Hell, all of them. So put your anime life in my hands and let me guide me to guide you. Now, without further ado, let's get to the video. Yo, subscribe. That's about it. Now back to the schedule program. With 366 episodes plus a couple of movies. At number 1, we have Gintama. Gintama is your favorite mangaka's favorite manga and anime. And if you have any friends that are above the age of 30 that watch anime, it is probably one of their favorite animes ever. That is how good Gintama is. Just like the big 3, Gintama is right there in terms of popularity. Maybe not in the Western culture, but it's going to get there pretty soon. And you know why it's going to get more popular? Me. Because anytime or any chance I get to talk about this show, I'm going to exploit that opportunity. This is an oldie, but pure goldie. And I mean pure goldie. The show follows our MC, Jintoki, as well as his companions, Shinpachi and Kagura. This trio alone is probably one of the funniest 3-man weaves ever. The funniest show that you ever watched so far doesn't stand a chance when it comes down to these 3 characters. Edo was a city home to the vigor and ambition of samurai across the country. However, after a war, Japan surrenders to the powerful aliens known as the Amanto. And after losing the war, everything samurai related was banned, including swords. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is allowed to have any swords in public. If you are caught with a sword, it's over. GG. That is where IMC Jintoki Sakata steps in. Even though swords are banned, that doesn't stop IMC from still carrying a wooden sword with him at all times. He maintains his stature as a samurai despite the ban. Jintoki also is the founder of Yarazura, a small business for odd jobs. Here, glasses and a young tomboyish girl named Kagura continuously embark on different journeys that take them everywhere around the globe and even outside of the globe. It's nothing, I repeat, nothing this 3-man weave cannot handle. Also, let me not forget to add this. It has 366 episodes, plus a couple of movies. So to all my binge watch, this is heaven. This is heaven. So give it a shot. Now, on to the next show. Coming in at number 2, we have Gintama's little brother. I mean, Gintama if it took place in school. I mean, skate dance. You know when I call skate dance Gintama if Gintama was in school? That is exactly what it is. The author of skate dance, Kenta Shinohara, was one of the assistants working on Gintama. And it shows, because if you have watched Gintama, once you watch Gintama, whenever you run across a Gintama variant, it is clear as day. You can't unsee it, because Gintama is so unique in how it is written that anytime you see a similarity in any other show, your brain automatically finds it and it goes back to, oh yeah, I saw that from Gintama. Also, the art style is very similar. Also, the comedic timing is very similar, eerily similar. Like I said earlier, it's Gintama if it was placed in school, and I 100% agree with that. Because one thing about Gintama that I love so much is that the plot progressed so subtly that you do not notice. I made a TikTok about that, I think a couple of days ago. Check it out, by the way. When I was watching Gintama, it's so easy to get wrapped up in all of the comedy that you forget that this show actually has a serious plot. And while you are laughing at all of the jokes and all of the eggs in the show, because they make so many references to every other popular manga, movie, whatever, they make so many references. While you're wrapped up in all of those things, the plot is progressing episode by episode by episode by episode. The plot is moving, and by the time the plot gets to where the plot needs to be, you're already on episode 250, episode 275, and then the jokes start slowly but surely going away. Because once you get to around like episode, I don't know, I think it was 280, man, it's not a laughing matter. Things get serious, things get real, and you find yourself looking like, when did we get here? When did this happen? Where's the joke? And no more joke. And even the same thing in skate dance, because I recently finished skate dance maybe 2 weeks weeks ago, I found myself around episode 30 or 40 wondering like, okay, I see how this is very similar, but it's missing the serious aspect because it only has 77 episodes. So I'm like, at what point is this going to have that, that heavy hitter moment that makes me understand why this show is this show? Man, when it hit. The moment you realize the plot of the show and it gets to that point, you just start crying. You like, wow, oh, I fell for it again. Even though I knew this show was just like Gintama, I still could not see the plot coming. And then when the plot came, in Skate Dance, our MC runs a club called Skate Dance, which stands for support, kindness, encouragement, and troubleshoot. And just like in Gintama, how they have their odd job, this is essentially Skate Dance's version of odd job. Along with his best friends, Hime, Himeko, Onizuka, and Kazuyoshi Switch Usui, these three handle every single problem that pops up in the school. This show isn't as long as Gintama, but it still has 77 episodes, which is nowadays a lot of episodes. Once you finish Gintama, you're going to be hooked on shows like that. So this is another show that you can watch that satisfies that Gintama itch. Next we have Witch Watch. Our MC Morihito Togi is an ogre, and along with his childhood friend Nico Wakatsuki, who is a young witch herself. These two were separated a long time ago due to Nico not being able to control her power. As years pass and both of them grow older, Nico then moves back. However, instead of just moving back, she moves back and starts living with Morihito. Moi-chan, who is Morihito, learns that they will both be attending the same high school, and he is now to become the familiar of Nico. But that's not all. Nico's mother then tells Moi-chan he is to protect her from an upcoming disaster, and while doing these things, he must also maintain a regular high school life while keeping this away from Nico. Also, Nico is madly in love with Moi-chan, so while he's out there trying to protect her every single day, she's trying to convince him, persuade him to realizing her feelings and falling deeply in love with her as well. So if you like romance, comedy, school, and superpowers, you will love this show. Now on to the next show. Next we have one of my favorites, Welcome to Demon School Irma-kun. Our MC Irma suffered a lot in his 14 years of living from his parents. His parents were god awful. They made him do everything. He was the breadwinner. They made him do all of the mundane tasks, all of the slave labor. He did it. Scum of the scum, scummiest of the scummiest scum. And you may think, well, that can't be that bad. His parents were so terrible that they ended up selling their own 14-year-old son to a demon. And not only any demon, one of the most powerful demons in the Demon Realm universe at that time. A demon that was the chairman to being the next Demon King. So you can see how scummy his parents were. But luckily, the demon he was sold to is amazing, because now he's living the luxurious life while attending the Demon School of Babylon. So now our MC Irma has to figure out how to blend in so he does not get ate by the demons around him. And on that journey of hiding his humanity, he meets so many people along the way. Not going to spoil it too much because this show is amazing. It's one of those PG shows. Nobody's going to die. You don't have to worry about it. Just sit back and enjoy it. Also, I can tell you now, this show is going to get fully adapted. So if you want something to binge, you can binge this series. Right now, it has 3 seasons, 55 episodes, and season 4 is right around the corner. So once again, if you love binging, you will love this. A lot of laughs, a lot of cries, a perfect anime. Now, on to the next show. Next we have Tsukimichi Moonlight Fantasy. Our MC Makoto was sent to another world to meet the goddess and to help end the war. However, upon meeting the goddess, she tells him, "You are the most hideous creature I've ever laid my eyes on. I do not need you." Therefore, she sends our boy Makoto out to die, revoking his hero title, saying that she no longer needs him. However, even though she hates his guts for being ugly, she still blesses him with the innate ability to speak all languages except human, because she believes that he isn't human. He's too ugly to be human. However, joke's on her, because our boy Makoto has innate powers that were awakened once he was transported. So now he is in a new world with all these powers and the ability to understand every single language except human. But let's be real, in a new world with a vast majority of races, you kind of want to get in where you fit in. You kind of want to, you know what I'm saying, mingle with the other races, because more than likely they're going to be stronger than the human. So now he can speak beast, he can speak alien, he can speak everything with these powers. But despite everything, Makoto is still human. So he yearns to meet other humans, as well as the other classmates that were transported with him. Because I forgot to tell you, his classmates were transported with him as well. But I'm gonna be real with you, they're not that important. Except one. But I'm not going to spoil that. However, before I move on to the next show, let's talk about this show in particular. I'm not going to spoil everything because I'm going to do a full video about this later on. This is one of the few times where the MC isn't a P word. He isn't a B word. He isn't a W word, if you know what that is. He is about his business, and he isn't scared of taking people's, livelihood. He is very cutthroat. So if you are looking for an MC MC that actually stands on business, this is the show for you. It may seem lighthearted, nah, he gets down to business. Taking arms off, taking legs off, taking eyes out. He gets it done. The only flaw with him is that he does not want to mess around with his companion. But you will get that if you watch that. Once again, every anime that I recommended so far has more than one season, and this isn't any different. This has 37 episodes out so far, and once again, this is going to get fully adapted. I know, because I know. When you know a show is one of those ones, it's one of those ones. And this is one of those ones. So if you're looking for a cutthroat MC with a great storyline, a great plot, great fight, great action, and some good quality waifus, this is the show for you. Now, on to the next show. Next, we have Grand Blue Dreaming. There's not too much to say about this anime. It is just peak. Our MC is Lori Kitahara in his freshman year of college. I repeat, our MC is Lori Kitahara in his freshman year of college. Grand Blue Dreaming is one of the funniest anime you ever watched. Point blank, period. It's just a college freshman doing college freshman thing. Whatever you think about your wildest, to anybody that's been to college and lived the college life, and to anybody that hasn't been to college, think about when you think about the college life, whatever you can think about in your head, that is exactly what's going on in this anime. Everything isn't shown, but it's going on. That's all I can say about this show. It's peak. Now, on to the next show. Next, we have one of my personal favorites, Golden Boy. But before I continue, please do not pick up the manga. The manga is entirely different from the anime. Do not pick up the manga. This is the oldie but goldie, and it only has 6 episodes. I'm sorry, but this 6-episode anime is one of the best shows you'll ever watch, as long as you don't pick up the manga. Our MC name is Kentaro Ui, Harvard graduate, part-time extraordinaire. He goes from state to state, place to place, working part-time jobs, bagging women. That is it. That's it. He's living the dream life. State to state, working part-time jobs, getting women. At every single job, at every single corner, he's getting new women. I can't say too much else about it, because if I do, I'll be spoiling it. I don't want to spoil it. So go check that one out as well. However, if you're not a fan of ecchi, it's not for you. Comedy, ecchi, but I repeat, do not read the manga. The next show we have is Campfire Cooking in Another World. And if you know me, I believe one thing 1000%, and that is there is no such thing as a bad food anime. No matter how bad the food anime is, it is always good. No matter how bad it is not as bad as actually bad anime. Let's be real. How upset can you be if somebody cooking food in a show? Just saying. But anyways, back to the plot. Our MC Makoto was accidentally summoned to another world to be a hero. However, upon finding out that his skilled online supermarket cannot be used in combat, they kick him out. They give him a little severance and kick him out. He then realizes that the online supermarket is OP because he can buy anything for basically free. Well, it's like going to the store and everything is 80% off. He has that at the palm of his hand. So he uses the currency in his new world to buy everything from the supermarket for cheap. And since he's in another world, a lot of the ingredients that he has are premium, or they don't exist yet. And since he has these premium ingredients, he can make premium gourmet food. And just imagine, you have never smelled anything like this in your life. You can only imagine the kind of people he was attracting while making this delicious food. And amongst the people that he attracted to himself, one of the I guess unique individuals that he met and ran into because of the food, one was a Fenrir. So now Makoto and that Fenrir travel around the world as he, 1, learns the world, and 2, cooks awesome dishes. That's it. They campfire and travel around the world by cooking awesome dishes. That's it. Peak. Go check this out. It's no fighting in there, but it doesn't matter. This is peak. Go watch. Now, the last anime that I'm going to recommend for this video, The Disastrous Life of Psyche. Hey, let me know if you have watched any of these anime. Also, when you go watch these anime, you finish these anime, come back, comment down below how were all of these shows, or whatever show you watch, comment down below how it was. I got a lot of more videos coming out soon. I'm going to be more consistent. Well, even more consistent. And I'm tired. I've been up all day recording this video. So I will see you guys in the subscribe and turn the noties on, because I realized that my post notifications aren't going to everybody. I don't know why YouTube is playing with my life like that, like I don't love YouTube and YouTube doesn't love me. But make sure the notification bell is on and you are constantly checking on my page. I am out. Peace.